Hello, I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. Today's topic is going to be on part 2, how I got punished for the abuse that happened to me. Part 2, I'm just going to be following up based upon what I had said I'm going to be doing as for part of my own self-therapy for the traumas that I had gone through after my first miracle happened that I had stated is that one person who I fell in love with first actually destroyed for me. Actually, there's going to be some interesting things that I myself realized, and that's going to be part of the change. And that was when a friend had mentioned I should do the who, what, when, where, and why, based upon the relationships that I've had when I started my new miracle. Let's just say that it's been extremely hard and very mentally straining, but I know that in the end it's going to be very good for me to actually go through all of these relationships and learn from it, and it actually has helped me. So, a follow-up is I've already come up with a new chapter as to what I'm going to be writing about based upon my first miracle and how it was destroyed based on the traumas that happened to me here at this apartment complex and the people involved and how it affected me in extremely negative ways. So, the next chapter in my book that I was thinking, and I came up with the title while writing through all this and going through all my relationships. Let's just say it's going to be very long before I finished. I'm going to finish, but it's going to be a long time before that happens. So far, the title for my new chapter for my book that I'm writing, and I've been writing, is The Nightmare That I Cannot Wake Up From. And it's actually very true. So, I had stated how this trauma the traumas I experienced, it's very hard to speak about. The traumas I had gone through after my first miracle happened to me that affected me worse than other traumas was literally like being in a nightmare that I can't wake up from. I've experienced other traumas, such as sexual assault when I was younger, and other bad experiences that is from my past miserable life that were traumatic. But this is actually the longest I've ever been affected by a trauma. I should say traumas that happened to me while living here and affected me in severe ways more than ever. I would say that's due to the fact that I've had past traumas, and on top of that, these added really caused a lot more damage to me mentally, and it affected me physically too, due to the amounts and how short of a time that they happened in. That's why it was so much worse than past traumas. So, I'm going to be explaining PTSD and social anxiety. Many people don't understand it. I myself didn't understand it until I got it myself. I had gotten social anxiety during the time that I was living here in the beginning. And it was very scary and very mentally straining. Most people think, what? You have issues with people? So when did that start? That actually started before I moved in here, where it was coming on. I didn't fully have it yet. I remember that I started getting really bad anxiety and panic disorder. And I remember where I used to stay a lot was at this outlet mall. I remember walking through. It was like I was in a dream. Like I didn't belong. Everything was faded. Many people walked past me, and it was like they were a big blur. It was so scary. I felt like I was not even walking on the ground. It was so weird and creepy. And that's where it started, where I'm feeling like I don't even belong in this world. And then after the next trauma that happened, which was online with certain people that I entrusted, caused my social anxiety. That's where I ended up with social anxiety. And that was extremely hard because many people would look down upon people that don't say hello back to others that say hello to you. Well, that was me. And that was due to just fear. Just people even saying hello to me was really creepy and scary. My trust for people was very low. And it was during that time that I had met Mickey. And, well, as I've discussed, that ended up being even more traumatic with what happened with him. And other relationships on top of it that were toxic and affected it badly. So I'm going to be writing based upon that, and I'll be following up more in another video in the future based upon what I have come to. I wanted to give a little tip as to what I'm working on, and as I've titled it so far is The Nightmare That I Cannot Wake Up From. And that's exactly how I feel living here now, because everything around me is a reminder of those traumas happening to me and the people involved, including with that trauma that happened. All those traumas, I should say, more than one. So my goal is to move out of here, and that's going to be what's best for me mentally and physically, because it did affect my physical health and well-being as well due to the traumas. And again, it's very hard, but now I'm actually ready to move, and I really want to move forward. So I just have to wait for an apartment to be available at a place where I already know the manager. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm keeping optimistic and focusing on my job and my career as the dream that I'm currently living. As for the people here in this place, I cannot wait to walk away from this nightmare that I cannot wake up from. So that's it for now. It was just a follow-up based upon my last part as to what I've been doing. That's it for today. I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. See you next time.